Hello, good morning, everyone. It is Hilary, and Deb, unfortunately, is unable to make it today. But it is the Ready, Set, Grow show with Hilary and Deb. And yes, I'm in a different environment. I'm in the classroom because, as you know, I'm the marketing mom who happens to homeschool. All right. So today, what Deb and we wanted to talk about to you is something that, as we're wrapping up, our month of March. Oh, and Deb is here with us. So let's just bring Deb in. Welcome, morning, Deb.
I am so sorry. I was,
And I
um,
can't hear you, so you're gonna have to plug in your mic. I hope everybody on, if you're hearing and seeing us, just let us know. Drop a comment. Drop a comment to let us know that you're hearing and seeing us. Right? You're gonna be hearing. Oh, maybe it's me. Apologies. Right, I'm hearing you now.
okay. I apologize. For whatever reason, 11 o'clock stuck in my brain and I was reading, and all of a sudden I hear this knock, 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 knock. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I better check. So I so apologize.
That's all right. So we're rocking and rolling, and today we are discussing the concept of building You Inc. So
Mhm.
your business is You Inc. It could be Hillary DeFreitas Inc. It could be Deb Andrews Inc. All right. It could be whatever, but it's you, it's your business. And we're talking about that because a lot of entrepreneurs, they get started, and most entrepreneurs, they get started selling other people's stuff. All right. And when you're selling other people's stuff, sometimes you kind of forget that you're also an entrepreneur and you want to get to that point. No, you don't want to jump in 2 feet and being like, yes, I'm going to be selling my stuff, right? That takes time. It's a process, as both Dev and I are going to share with you in terms of, that journey. It does take time, but at the same time, you need to always be thinking about that, okay, in terms of focusing on you Inc. So today we're going to be covering a couple of things in terms of what are some of the tools that you need, and that is kind of going to segue into most of what our April, and sorry if you're hearing all the background noise of the people cutting grass, most of what we're going to be talking about in April is around things that you need to develop You Inc. So we wanted to kind of launch out this topic. And actually, our guest speaker next week, although she's going to be talking about what we were talking about this month in terms of the challenge, a lot of what she trains on is developing you and your brand. So
Yeah.
she's going to be on with us next week. So stay tuned to that. We're going to be shifting to a new time as well. So this is kind of like what they call this, housekeeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spring cleaning. All right. So we're going to be shifting to a new time from next week. So you're going to be seeing that popping up a little later, an hour later, as Deb, because Deb was going to be coming on an hour later.
Yeah. I was already set for it. It's
For
like, oh
11.
gosh.
Yeah. All right. So getting into You Inc. All right. You Inc. This is your business. It's who you are. And a lot of it is you understanding that you have to focus on you, your business, and your brand. But it doesn't mean that you've got to do it alone. All right. We've learned that time and time again that when you isolate yourself and leave yourself out of a community, you don't have the resources. And one of the things that I loved about all of my training is that I was always inside of a community and you could always bounce off ideas because 9 out of 10 times, the community that you find yourself in right now, meaning you're an entrepreneur and you're in your home and maybe you have an unsupportive spouse, or unsupportive parents or unsupportive children or wherever you are in your life, that's the community you're in right now. Your
Yeah.
friends or whoever, the naysayers. You are in a community of naysayers. And when you're building your You Inc., you need to be in a community of yay sayers,
Oh,
people who are going
yeah.
to edge you on and help you move forward. All right. You really need that because you're going to need the like minded people around you. All right. To help you move the needle forward, to ask you questions. Both Deb and I, we've experienced that.
And the key word was like-minded, or two words.
Yes.
Yes, your family, your friends love you, but if they're not entrepreneurs, they don't understand. They don't understand the terminology. They don't understand, especially if you have a home business. They don't understand you sitting at the computer doing things, and or expenses. Why? What are you doing that for? And so the community is key. Like-minded people, and I the community that Hillary and I are in now is a community that I have never known before, and absolutely loving it because it is helping me grow.
Yes.
So,
And I want to share that, you don't have to only be in one community,
right.
as because one of the things is like in my social media management, I am inside two communities for social media management and then another one for digital marketing, right? From Social Media Pro and then Digital Marketer. Those two, they learn different things and people ask different questions. And that is the beauty about being in a community of people who are similar. I'm also in other communities because guess what? I'm a mom. I'm a homeschooling mom. So those are other communities that you find yourself in. So when we talk about when you're building You Inc., you need to find a community. Think about the other communities that you're in for your other personal stuff. If you're a mother, you're inside a mother community or
Mhm.
maybe multiple ones, right? You're doing knitting for like a cause, you'll have a community. All right, maybe you have a community centered around your faith or your religion. All right, maybe you have a community centered around your activity, your hobbies. All right, if you're a marathon runner, I know there are like tons of marathon runner groups
Oh yeah,
on Facebook. And if I ever
yeah.
decide to bite the bullet and actually try to run more than 30 minutes at a time,
I've done too many marathons, and it's nice to have that
the
community
like-minded people,
to
exactly.
support you, because it's like, oh, I really don't feel like running today. Yeah, but, and as a matter of fact, I have to tell you, I'm just going to throw this in here. I am reading Atomic Habits,
Ooh.
and they are talking about what I'm reading right now. As I jumped up to hear the
Mhm.
little knock, um, they're talking about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, you're going to run a marathon. Well, that is very difficult. So for 2 minutes, you go out and you walk for 2 minutes, and that's it. And
Right.
before you know it, it's like, okay, I'm out here. I've walked for 2 minutes. I might as well walk longer. Another example that the book used was a gentleman who lost over 100 pounds, and so he said, "Okay, I'm going to the gym for 2 minutes." And so he did that for just a little while, and it's like, well, okay, I'm here. I might as well stay longer. And
Exactly.
so so it's kind of ironic that I just read those words as I jumped up to get here.
You were supposed to read those words to share it with us today.
Exactly, exactly. Everything. God is so good,
Everything comes
and He
together.
is so organized. But and another community. I have been in many medical communities. I'm a nurse by profession,
Mhm.
and so yeah, there are so
You
many
just need it.
communities.
You just need it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you have girlfriends that you go and have coffee with. That's a
that's
little
what you do.
community,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and sometimes in the community creates accountability. So, one of the things that you do need accountability. And yes, maybe getting an accountability partner is one, but then community in and of itself creates accountability for you as the entrepreneur because you do need somebody to push you. You do need somebody to check
Yeah.
in with you and say, hey, how are things going? Did you do your Facebook Live today? Or did you talk to 5 people today? Or did you write your blog post today? Or, these little things, because the community knows what you have to get done,
Yeah.
all right, to move your business forward. They know because everybody's at a different level.
Yeah.
And then they're able to share with you, okay, this is what we need to get done. All right. So accountability is key, and that comes out of community.
Yeah.
Next thing that you need, obviously, to build you Inc., you need tools. And a lot of people talk about, well, what tools do I need? I just need a computer. I'm like, well, if you're going to be selling your business out there, let's think about how Amazon sells its business.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And and I often use Amazon as the example because, funny enough, as young as I am, I think I've seen Amazon grow. Because I remember when all you could have done on Amazon was buy books. And it's
Exactly.
amazing
Yeah.
how it has evolved over time. And when we say over time, it's been quite a few years. And that is something that inside of your tools, it's not a physical, tangible tool that you need, but one of the tools that you definitely need when building You Inc. is being kind of like an Amazon, patient.
Yeah.
Patience in the growth,
Yeah.
patience in not being profitable in the first 5 years, patience in, the teething, all of the things that go along with building a business. One of the first tools that I think, and you will develop it over time if you stick with it, is the patience. All right.
Mhm. Trust me, I wanted mine 10 years ago. Come on. So I had to learn patience. We all have to learn patience at something, but particularly when we are doing our business and we're seeing people in our community moving, and it's like, why am I
Yeah.
not moving? Why is this not happening for me?
Mhm.
Patience. It's not my
Patience.
time yet. I
Mhm.
haven't learned something that I'm supposed to learn or whatever it is. But yeah, I would say probably patience is probably the hardest to
Yes.
learn.
Definitely. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about in April, in terms of the different tools, we're going to be talking about a few social media presence, like you must have some sort of online presence. We're in the digital age now. If we were doing this live stream, if live stream even existed 10 years ago, if we were doing this live stream and it was 10 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about social media presence. We'd probably be talking about something else, right? So we're talking about your social media presence, your website, the different things that you need on the website, etc., etc. And a lot of those tools, yes, you're gonna need. What else? I mean, just like the basic stuff, like you're gonna need your computer. You're gonna need things to actually, what's the word? Get
Be
your
able to
message out
work.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, be able
Be
to
able to
work
work
and
to
get
get
your
out.
message out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
So there is investment. Let's put it that way. There is investment when you're building You Inc. And a lot of people coming thinking, okay, the investment I'm going to make, and maybe this is from a network marketing standpoint. A lot of network marketers maybe join a network marketing company and think that, okay, all I have to do is pay that initial fee and then I'm done. No. Or whatever the monthly is, and then you're done. No. If you're building your business, you're not building somebody else's business. If you're building your business, you need to make investments in your business. That includes website hosting, social media, advertising, and all of the other little things, even payment portals and all of those things.
Mentorship, coaching.
Mentorship and coaching, even
It
all of
won't,
that is investment.
yeah.
We paid to go to school to get our degrees so that we could get a job, and now we become entrepreneurs, and we think that, okay, we don't need to pay anything to become an entrepreneur.
Right, right. And as a nurse, I went to school for nursing, but when I stepped into the entrepreneurial world,
Hmm.
I wasn't taught anything about that. So I needed a community. Community can be somewhat of a mentor, but you really need somebody or several somebodies
Yes.
to guide you, to teach you. And what that does is it collapses time for you. And what I mean by that is they've already walked the walk. They know
Exactly.
the pitfalls, and so they are going to help you. They're going to steer you as much around a pitfall as they can.
As they
And
can.
so it's like if you think you can do it yourself, you can't. Being a solopreneur is very lonely and very difficult. But yeah, you definitely need mentors.
Yes, definitely need mentors. And it's not about thinking, and a lot of people say, a doctor doesn't a med student, as you said, you're a nurse. A med student doesn't walk into a hospital and say, okay, I know it all. No, they got years to learn. So you
Hmm.
need to understand that at different stages in your life, you're probably going to need different types of mentors and different types of trainers. And I think I heard it best when somebody said that experience is the best teacher. And that's true. You
Yeah,
can do it all yourself, but other people's experience is, in fact, the best teacher.
yeah,
Other people's experience. And 9 out of 10 times in the business realm, just like in any other career, you pay for that knowledge and you pay for that experience and
right.
you invest in it. All right. A lot
And
of
that's what
people,
it
yeah,
that's right. And that's what it is. And that's how you have to look at it. It's
look
an
at it.
investment into you, into your
And your
business. And I'll just do a little side note here. One of my mentors, uh, when you're learning something new, sometimes it's like, oh, I'll do that later.
yeah,
I'll get to it. Well, the mentor will actually make you accountable and say, you've got to do this by the next time we meet.
hmm,
Okay, so they give you, in a sense, a deadline to get
yeah,
something done. But
get
what they're
something
actually
done.
doing is they're gently pushing you forward because, as a solopreneur, which you don't want to be, um, it's difficult to make yourself move forward,
Yes.
especially when it's kind of something new that you're learning. And it's like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh. So that mentor is an investment. And like Hillary says, an investment for their experience because we haven't experienced it yet.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
just
Yeah.
we're just starting our journey, so to say. And so just yeah, I can't. I'd like to believe that mentors, when somebody steps in to be a mentor, they're going to guide you as straight of a path. They're not going
Yeah.
to pull you off your journey any
Yes,
more than
definitely.
necessary.
Definitely. Yes, that is true. And I would say that, all my mentors, they have shown me a path. And the thing with mentorship, and unlike schooling, so let's put it this way, unlike schooling, there is no exam at the end of the semester
Yeah,
and you see whether you've moved forward or not. The exam is whether you've done it or not, and if you've implemented it, you've
yeah,
tested it, and you put it out there into the market, because that is what business is. You can have all the ideas up here, and if you don't execute it and put it out there, then you don't really have a business. What you have is an idea tank, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
You've got an idea.
And the other way that I look at it too, and my mentor had to bring this to my attention,
Mhm.
is yes, I've learned, and now I got to get it out.
Yeah.
Somebody out there needs what I have here.
Yeah.
And I used to think, oh no, what I don't, you know. So they help you build that confidence in, yes, you can do this.
You
Yes,
can do
you
it.
do need to get this out
Mhm.
for other people. And
Mhm.
and that's kind of my goal right
Yeah.
now is
Yeah.
because I know how difficult it was. I didn't know technology when I was in nurses training. unfortunately, I'm an old enough nurse that we didn't have computers then. But it's like, okay, I do have some knowledge. I don't think I have enough, but I do because I'm experiencing people that
don't have even the knowledge that you think you don't have, right? And that is
exactly.
even when you must step in. And then that kind of segues into what I wanted to close this session with in terms of the multiple revenue streams. All right. Multiple streams of income. As your own business, you need to again look at the other successful businesses out there that you probably consume from. All right. They've got multiple streams of income. Okay. Um, Real estate companies like McDonald's. Yeah. I like to call I they're a real estate company. They don't sell burgers and fries. They're a real estate company, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what that's effectively what they are. But guess what? Another revenue stream for them is selling burgers and fries. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think of your business, think of the multiple streams of income, whether it may be multiple customers, multiple business models, selling your own products and services, doing affiliate marketing, doing network marketing. They all fall under You Inc., but they're different aspects. Now, are you going to be doing them all at the same time? Likely not. You've got to build one, get it going on autopilot, and then move on to the next until you've
And
got so, kind of like what Amazon did. They got
right.
books, they got books solid selling books, and then they moved on to something else. All right.
Yep.
To the
Yep.
point where it's like now you don't know what business Amazon is not in.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And the fact, another reason why you want multiple streams of income is because one of them or several of them may dry up for whatever
Exactly.
reason.
Exactly.
And so
Hmm.
if you've got several streams, oh, well, okay, all right, but I've got this one that will still keep me afloat. So
Yeah.
that's another reason why you've got to
Mhm.
have those
Multiple
different
streams.
streams.
And for those who are not entrepreneurs watching this, think of it this way. In your job, you've got a job and you've got your salary coming in. But around Christmas time, maybe you make Christmas goodies or something like that and you sell them to the people in the office. That's another stream of income. Could that support you throughout the year? Maybe not. But if you focused on it as a business, maybe it can. And what we're seeing here is a lot of people think, okay, well, I have a job, I'm safe. I don't need the multiple streams. What if the job disappears? What like what happened during the last few years, right? Well,
Yeah,
not last few years, sorry. Like this past year, many people
yeah,
just lost their single stream of income, and that was their livelihood.
yeah,
Many people, right? So you always need to have that backup source. And we're not talking about it as backup, but have your multiple streams, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are an employee. Make sure you have your multiple streams of income in investing or whatever the case is, because even investing, that's a part of your business portfolio of You Inc. All right.
right.
Even investing, if you've got real estate, if you've got stocks and bonds, make sure you've got those multiple streams of income. All right. So
Yes.
that is what makes up the UA. So I don't know if you have anything else to say on that.
Yeah, You Inc. is, hopefully you will find this very, very enlightening as we process through
Mhm.
April and the different things we're going to talk about for your business and streams of income.
Income. Yep,
Mhm.
definitely. All right. So you have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.
This is the last day of March, on
Oh, it
March
is the
31st.
last day
Yeah.
of March.
So it will be April 7th the next time we see
When
you.
we see each other
And I promise I will be here on time
at 11. It's 11.
at 11
Yeah, so
Eastern.
we're gonna be going live at 11 Eastern for the probably next few months. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye all.
Bye.